Hello again, everybody. This is Derek, and I'm coming at you with another Wargaming and miniature video. In today's video, we're going to continue on with our What's in the Box series. And in today's What's in the Box, I'm going to be showing a British and Commonwealth CMP 15 CWT. Okay, my understanding is, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding is CMP is Canadian military pattern, right? So that is a very specific to Canada. And then the 1.5 signifies it's a 1.5 metric ton. This says CWT, so I don't know what the CW stands for. It's not metric or centimeter or something like that, metric ton or CWT. I don't know what that stands for, but I do believe it's a 1.5 ton vehicle. This is a truck by the Plastic Soldier Company. They specifically designed these 15 millimeter models to work with a game called Battle Group, and this Battle Group is a game that I play, and this box comes with 5 vehicles and an assembly guide. Alright, so if we flip the box over, we can see that they give you some like a color, like a what do you call it, like a painting guide, right? And and that's what it says, right? A painting guide. And then it tells you like which Vallejo paint colors you would use for different parts on the vehicle. And Plastic Soldier recommends using Russian uniform. And you'll see Russian uniform recommended by a lot of different people on the internet and in books. Because it is very, it was, I'm going to say was, the closest paint to the British olive drab. They had their own version of the olive drab, but recently, within the last couple of years, Vallejo has actually created a new color that is specifically for that olive drab, and it's called bronze green. So if you go to the Vallejo paint sets for northwestern European British armored vehicles, you will see that they say the base coat should be bronze green, and then the highlights should be Russian uniform. Just the highlights. Okay, that's just me venting. Okay, so let's go ahead and open this up and see exactly what we get on the inside. All right, let's set that off to the side. We should get 5 sprues. I get, okay, there's 5. 5 exactly the same sprue. So I'm going to set those 4 off to the side, and then we'll take a look at this one sprue, see what kind of parts we get, and then we'll also zoom in to get a close-up. Okay, this tells you what all the parts are on the sprue, and on the other side it explains how to assemble. A lot like all their other trucks, but slightly different. Okay. All right, so let's take a quick look at this sprue, and then we'll do a zoom in. Well, you get 5 tires. That's an odd number. I don't see a spare tire anywhere. Okay, I'm looking all over the instructions. There's no spare tire tucked up underneath. There's no spare tire sitting on the dash, in the bed, on the back of the bed. Nowhere. It doesn't even say an optional placement for a fifth tire. Okay, there are 3 rear wheels. That's strange. Okay. So let's look at maybe someone that did a painting. I'm looking at this painting. Let's look. Oh, look at that. Okay, I think I can see a spare tire between the cab and the bed. Right there. There's a spare tire. All right, see? Let me see if it describes putting it. Yeah, it doesn't talk about where to put a spare tire anywhere on the instructions. But it shows it on this picture here. That's nice. Okay, so let's take a look here. Front cab, windshields, front bumper. Yeah. Okay, so the front fender, where you'd build the cab on top of that, and then you got the bed. This is a very small looking truck. This truck's going to be very small. But then again, it is a 1.5 ton truck, which is about the size of one of those Dodge light trucks, right? It's not like a Deuce and a half or an Opel Blitz. There's the back of the cab, sides of the cab, top of the cab. And then 4 walls of the bed. And then you've got this canvas top. If you were to leave it off, just hypothetically, you could, because on the inside of this bed, you see wood planks. So you could have, since you have 5 of them, you could make them all with no canvas. You could paint the canvas separately and not glue it on. And then if you wanted to just put it on for certain situations, you could, or you could take it off. You know, you could put it on to represent maybe it's a cargo truck, or you can take it off maybe to represent that it's a passenger truck or a crew truck. Or if you have any extra boxes or anything like that, ammo crates, you could actually put them inside, like as if it was a supply truck. Okay, that's pretty cool. All right, let's go ahead and zoom. Well, let's see here. Before we zoom in, the back of the bed doesn't have any attachment point for a spare tire. The back of the cab and the backs of the there are no attachments for the spare tire. So I guess you would just place it in there and glue it to the back of the cab. That's what I plan to do. All right, let's go ahead and zoom in on this so you get to see exactly what I'm looking at. All right, let's lift this sprue up so we get to take a look at it. Let's start with the tires because I'm making a big deal about it. There they are. Much better. There we go. I had to get some light on the subject. So there you get 5 tires. One of them is a spare, but if you look at the insides of the tires, they all have the same type of hole. So if you were to lose one of the tires, you would have a replacement, or you can mount it on the back of the cab as a spare. Okay, and then there is the top of the cab. And you can see how the plastic mold kind of has some texture to it, but in fact, that is just flat. That's just an illusion. That's one of the sides of the cab. That's the other side of the cab and the back side of the cab. And then here we go. There's the fender or the bumper, and then there's the front engine compartment and cab windshield. Okay, and then these are some of the side, front, and back walls. And then these are the side. No, I guess these are the front and back walls, and these are the side walls. It's pretty square. There's the canvas top. You can see there is a little bit of texture on that. That's the base of your bed, and you can see it's wooden, so you could leave it exposed or cover it. And then there's the front fender section where the cab sits on top of it. And then this would be the undercarriage where you mount your wheels and then put everything else on top of this. Because if you flip it over, you really, that's where everything's built on top of that. I think I hit all the pieces. Because there's not really a whole lot to this truck. It's going to be fairly easy to assemble and paint. Okay. Okay, well that was the British and Commonwealth, specifically Canadian, because I'm doing a Canadian force right now, of the Canadian military pattern 15 CWT truck. And I'll look up what 15 CWT means, and I'll put it up here for everyone to know, specifically myself. And all right, well, thanks for coming out and checking out this video. If you're shopping for plastic soldier models or you know, any other, you know, Warlord, Perry, any other kind of miniatures, you should go to my eBay store, check that out. And if you want me to make, paint, assemble, all that, an army for you, or maybe just one single figure, contact me at my email address so that I can quote you a price, because I definitely do commission work. Look for in the near future, because I'm going to be assembling these tonight actually, look for the near future of me doing a, not an assembly instruction guide, but I will be doing like a trial paint of the new bronze green with some Russian uniform as a highlight to see if that looks good or not. So look forward to those videos. All right, I'll see you in the next video.